Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 and a democratic Italy. If you'll remember in the last episode or in recent episodes, Germany finally took the decision to start World War II. They invaded Poland and then both Britain and France declared war on Germany. Germany are now embroiled in a war. They declared war on Amsterdam and on the Netherlands and Brussels here, Belgium. They've also annexed Luxembourg already. It's all kicked off. Initially, old Ferruccio Parry here wanted to get involved. Not content with ousting Mussolini from Italy and fascism from Italy, he wants to help oust fascism from Europe completely. However, the Italian public weren't too enthusiastic about getting involved in the war. They were sick of the wars. That's why they overthrew Mussolini. They were sick of the war in Ethiopia where lots of Italian soldiers died for no reason. And they were reluctant to get involved in the war. But they can see now that Hitler is a force that needs to be stopped. And Britain and France need all the help they can get. To that end, now that world tension is at 80%, the Italian people are happy for Italy to get involved. So we're at an interesting juncture here. A very interesting juncture indeed. There is some fighting going on along the Western Front here. I don't know if the Germans are on the offensive or they're being pushed back. I think they initially went onto the offensive. Lots of troops from the Eastern Front, because now the Poland's capitulated, must be getting ferried over to the Western Front, but I would have thought they're already there by now. Some gains have been made by the Germans, but I've also noticed the Germans aren't really making any ground. In some areas they've been pushed back again. And that leads us down here to the Tyrol line. There are no German troops stationed along here. We've got a fortified Italian line here. We've got an Italian army here. The Italian Army North. We have 24 divisions garrisoning mainland Italy. Not that I think it's under much threat, to be honest. The British and the Italian navies more than control the Mediterranean. The British are still in control of the Suez Canal. They've got no kind of competition in North Africa. Whereas historically they would have had it from Italy. It just doesn't exist now because we're now democratic. So the whole of the German flank is completely open. Munich, we can see it from the top of this mountain. Look, there it is. I've put in some battle plans, some modest battle plans, I think, judging that there are no German troops here at all, to begin the offensive into Germany onto the flank and capture Munich there. But one thing we do have to take care of before we actually join in the war on the side of the Allies. We were getting all of our what was it? There was a resource that we were getting, chromium, that's it. All of our chromium's coming from Yugoslavia at the minute, and Yugoslavia have just joined the Axis, which is not good. Well, apparently they've joined the Axis. Have they not joined the Axis? It says they're non-aligned. Fascism is growing there in Yugoslavia. Or maybe they're not in the Axis anymore. The German Reich has war goals against Yugoslavia. Has a non-aggression pact with Yugoslavia. That means nothing with the Germans, though. That means nothing. Non-aggression pacts. Hey, Soviet Union. I felt sure that the Axis had that Yugoslavia had joined the Axis. Maybe I was wrong. But Japan had joined the Axis. That's right. And Japan are massively on the offensive here in China, taking it to the Chinese, making some massive gains there. They started off the little piece of land up here. Okay, so maybe Yugoslavia hasn't joined the Axis. Maybe I am mistaken. But that's good. We've got a battle plan to enter Yugoslavia anyway. This is why I made this battle plan. Perhaps it's a bug. Who knows? Insufficient resources then, so there is still a deficit of chromium, oil and steel. This needs to be addressed. It's having an effect on production. If we look at production here, we have a shortage of chromium for our tank destroyer production. And of course our naval production, these carriers that we're trying to build. At one point this carrier wasn't even being built. Production halted completely due to a lack of resources. So let's sort out our resources before we get stuck into this war. So the most important resource, what's affecting production the most? Probably the lack of chromium, oil as well. We need oil for a lot of things here, so let's try and rectify our deficit of oil. Who can supply me with oil? The United States has an absolute ton of oil that they could give us. Venezuela. Who can give us chromium? See, Yugoslavia are supplying us with chromium already. Can they supply us with any more? Why not? If they've not joined the Axis, then yeah, supply us with more chromium, please. Let's just let that tick over for a second. I don't think that worked there. Romania rejects Hungarian demands. The ultimatum's deadline has come and gone without Romanian reply. Outraged Hungarian officials have already denounced Romania's government, claiming they are destabilising the region with their insistence to adhere to unlawful treaties. Both nations seem to be preparing for a war that may well erupt any day. Now, what is the state of play with Hungary? What is the state of play with Hungary? They are fascist, but they're not part of the Axis again. Interesting. Yeah, this chromium situation. Why are we not getting chromium? I want more chromium. 32. Buy amount 32 for 4 civilian factories. Yep, we're already trade partners with them. Do I have to wait for this to take effect? How long does it take? We're still not getting that chromium. Invite to faction. Right, slow things down here. Let's slow things down. Right, advanced equipment conversion. Let's have a look. We are going to be switching over to a war economy soon. Probably should have done it already. It's still 1940, so let's look at what we've got here. 1940. We're working on improved computing machines to improve our research time. That's good. Let's just get encryption. We should make some effort to encrypt what we're doing, and at the minute we're not making any at all. Which is strange, because you think the Germans would have known about this battle plan, and they would have stationed some troops down here. I can't wait to declare war on Germany and see what happens. But I want to sort out these resources there first. Right, United States, supply me with oil, please. Let's see if that sorts out our oil deficit. Romania returns Transylvania. Romania has announced it will accept Hungarian demands. So they've given in the end, and they've what crazy times. Has that sorted out our oil? Yes, that sorted out our oil. So we're now getting oil from the United States. We do need some steel because our lack of steel is affecting naval production. It's only affecting destroyer production and artillery production at the minute, and it's not affecting artillery production too badly. We're not really producing a lot of artillery, to be fair, but lots of military factories in production. Right, this is it. We've got to do it. The Italian people have accepted. They've said to Ferruccio, look, you know, we're happy for you to declare war on Hitler now. We're happy for you to get involved. Do we have any spare divisions kind of sat around doing nothing in this main group here? I want to keep a strong garrisoning force in Italy, on the mainland itself. You never know where these seaborne invasions may come from. So all these ports need to be garrisoned. If you garrison these ports, just with one division, it's enough to stop an invasion. Because an invasion needs a deep water port to be successful. And if you can hold all the deep water ports, then any troops that do land are soon going to be out of supply. No divisions in basic training. I'm sure this game is bugged. Every time I load it up, I'm sure stuff that was sorted is no longer sorted. Let's just train some more infantry divisions. We don't have tank divisions as such. We have tanks attached to our infantry divisions in support. That's how we're using tanks at the minute. So I don't know. Let's train 6 infantry divisions. Let's set the location to be Rome. Why not? Okay, that's sorted. Unassigned divisions. Yeah, we've got some divisions in Eritrea, Somaliland, and Libya that are not really assigned to an army. I don't think they need to be. Missing equipment production. We're not producing tactical bombers. Insufficient resources. Let's get on with it, shall we? Invite to faction. The United Kingdom wants us to join their faction, the Allies. If any volunteers have been sent or received between the faction members, they will be sent back. Stage coups between the United Kingdom and us will automatically cancel. Interesting. This will change world tension. It will actually reduce world tension. Okay, right. We need to make sure that everybody is good to go. So as soon as we join the Allies, I'm going to give Ugo Cavallero here the go-ahead to enact his offensive plan. The estimated plan value is 80% and it's considered to be our advantage because there are no German troops here. The Germans obviously weren't expecting Italy to get involved and they haven't bothered garrisoning this front here. Okay, so we've accepted. We've joined the Allies. Republican Italy joins the Allies. Here we go, boys. Here we go. World tension's been reduced. We can now see what's going on the Western Front here. It looks like these French troops are facing the wrong way. Interesting. Looks like all these troops are facing... Oh no, these Dutch troops are facing the right way. This one's not. I don't know what's going on here. This game is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But anyway, we're now part of the Allies, so let's see who exactly are we at war with here. Does this mean we're not actually at war with Germany yet? Do we have to declare war? Or we automatically... I would have thought we would automatically be at war. I need to let the game tick over. Perhaps these French troops will turn around. There we go. So it looks like the Germans are on the offensive. They're just not making much ground. We're not actually at war with anyone yet. So do we have to declare war? I thought we... No war... No goal to justify war declaration. Even though we're part of the Allies. Do I have to have a war goal? I've just joined the Allies. Call to arms. Oh, here we go. Of course we accept. Of course we accept France. There we go. Now we're at war with Germany. It's been a while. It's been a while. So let's launch our offensive. Let's launch our offensive on the German flank here. See how much progress we can make. So we are now at war with Germany. Slovakia. We are at war with Yugoslavia. We are now at war with Yugoslavia. Even though it says they're not part of the Axis. Bizarre. So we're going to have a massive deficit of chromium now. Well, 15. Let's get our chromium from somewhere else. France, can you supply me with chromium? Supply me with chromium, please. Thank you. It looks like the Allies aren't doing too bad on the Western Front here. Undoubtedly, this offensive is going to make things a bit easier. So let's slow it down. We have air wings with no regional mission assigned. Let's take all the aircraft here. These have missions assigned. Our tactical bombers. I'm not sure how well they're going to fare against the Luftwaffe. I guess we'll see. So which air wings are not assigned? One's in southern Italy. So let's just put these. I don't think there's any need for these naval bombers to be on missions over the Mediterranean. Okay, so which air wings don't have missions here? I thought they all did. They all do. As do these ones. They're all doing missions over Western Germany. 170 air. Hang on a minute. Select all these air wings. Come on. Air wings, no mission assigned. Why not? You now have missions assigned. Oh, there we go. God, I'm such a noob. Such a noob. I did say that I was no expert at this game. So yeah, just that's it. Okay, we have an air wing here with no mission assigned. Close air support. Do they want strategic bombing? There we go. Right, all these aircraft are now helping out on this front here. 287 on strategic bombing, 240 on interception, 175 close air support, 280 air superiority. What could possibly go wrong? Our outdated Italian aircraft are going to fare so well against the Luftwaffe, I know it. But the offensive is being launched. Let's let it go. We're ticking over hour by hour. This offensive should be making more progress than this, Cavallero. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Hitler's like, what's going on? The Italians are attacking in the south. Oh, look at this. Right, we're definitely going to take Munich. What we need to do is push an offensive up here and encircle Württemberg and cut off all these German panzer divisions. Look at this German unit. It's coming back. He's like, Achtung! Or whatever German soldiers used to say. Let's carry on with this offensive. Let's capture this war goal here. Speed things up a little. Right, we've encountered some resistance. We've run into a few German divisions. Unfortunately, they're still in mountainous terrain. Let's see how well this fares. Perhaps I was slightly overconfident. Treaty of Craiova. More concessions have been made to force the Kingdom of Romania with Bulgaria reclaiming southern Dobrovolja. Territory was annexed by Romania in 1913 after the Second Balkan War and is still mostly populated by ethnic Bulgarians and Turks. Regardless of the reasoning, the Kingdom of Romania now stands significantly weakened. It is of little concern to us. We've captured an airfield. Shall I move aircraft forward so their mission efficiency is increased? Or is, I think this airfield's not entirely secure yet. What's this? Join wars request from the Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. Wants to help in our war efforts. Haile Selassie, grateful that we gave back some degree of his independence. Has agreed. Yeah, why not? Send what you can, Selassie. For the destruction of fascism. Okay, right. These German these infantry divisions need to come around here and cut off Salzburg. Okay, the Germans are actually done some pretty good fire brigade action here, and have managed to slow our advance significantly. There are numerous German divisions now on this front. We are still making progress. Hopefully we can keep the initiative. I may need to strengthen this front though. We are now at war with Yugoslavia, and they have significantly strengthened this front as well, and we don't really have many divisions there. We only have 9 divisions. I can see at least 9 Yugoslav divisions. This is not good. An unmanned naval combat. Oh, great. Some Yugoslavian submarines have sunk an Italian convoy, or damaged an Italian convoy. Sunk one convoy ship. That's not good. There's lots of green over here. It's a bit of a mixture, but I think the Allies are actually making some advances. The Germans could be in trouble here, although it does look like our offensive is ground to a halt. Those sneaky Germans, they either reacted very quickly, or they had troops just behind the line that we couldn't see. Some of these battles are going quite well, some of them not so much. The German panzer divisions are here. Let's look and see. Effectively, our infantry divisions have heavy tank destroyers, but this division here is supposed to have 40. It's only got 23. We have production problems. No tank destroyers are being produced by this production line due to a deficiency of chromium. We need some chromium. Who can supply me with chromium? France. I asked you for chromium. They can supply more, right? They can supply more. Give us more chromium. Soviet Union. Yeah, why not? The Soviet Union. See if we can get some from the Soviet Union. It might be tricky though. I suppose they could come through the Black Sea here. Although that's not a designated trade route, is it? I don't know. Trade is so complicated in this game. But I'm more of a role player. So... And in games like this, you have so much more control over what's going on than a real world leader would. So in some ways, a little bit of confusion and me not knowing what the hell I'm doing is quite realistic. A lot of world leaders, certainly a lot of world leaders, have no idea what they're doing. But there we go, I think I'll call the episode there. So in summary, Italy has joined the war. The Germans are actually being pushed back. Of course, they went on the offensive. They easily capitulated with the help of the, well, not the help of the Soviet Union, but they divided Poland up with the Soviet Union. They then went on to the offensive against the Allies, who immediately declared war on Germany after they had attacked the Soviet Poland. And they weren't really making any ground. They certainly weren't making the lightning offensives they did in real life. If anything, this sort of Western Front ground to a bit of a stalemate. And then Italy has got involved. We have finally got involved and we made an attack on what is the German flank here. We've made some gains. The Germans have quickly sent reinforcements down to this southern flank. But that, of course, has drawn troops away from the Western Front. And it looks like the Allies are actually making advances now. Thanks to our attack on the German flank. There you go. It looks like Hitler is in trouble. But join me in the next episode to find out just how much trouble Hitler is in. And we will see if we can restore democracy to Europe and put Hitler back in his box. If you like the video, then click on like. And if you want to see more, then make sure you are subscribed to Explorminate, which is a great channel. Lots of strategy for all you strategy fans. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.